My name is Sara Szutkowski. I will be a freshman at the University of Michigan School of Nursing this fall. This summer, I interned at main campus and Marymount Hospital in the Science Internship Program for Nursing. The name of my research is Elective Exposure to Music, Patients' Affinity for Music, and the Relationship of Music Affinity with Self-Rated Health when Ill. Music plays an essential role in human life. It can manipulate feelings and emotions and may have an effect on general health. It is utilized as a therapeutic intervention in a variety of settings and situations. Music has an effect on the autonomic nervous system and movement. There is no tool that quantifies a person's affinity for or their exposure to music as of right now. The objective of our research was to learn if the number of hours per day people listen to music is associated with how often they are exposed to it, the burden of when they are exposed to it based on activities completed while listening to music. We also wish to learn if the number of hours per day of exposure to music is associated with general quality of self-rated health. Our hypothesis was that an individual's elective exposure to or affinity for music by hours per day will be associated with how they are exposed to music, the extent of listening to music in different environments or activities, and the self-rated health in patients with medical illnesses. This was a prospective, cross-sectional design using survey methods. The survey was developed by investigators and content validity completed prior to research initiation. The patient survey was designed by nursing research, music, art therapy, and statistician investigators. The survey had two sections, 61 questions on training exposure, music styles enjoyed, frequency or manner of exposure to music, and self-evaluation of music exposure. The second section was the subject's demographic and medical history. All of our patients were adult medically treated hospitalized patients with at least one chronic medical condition. The data was collected anonymously and confidentially. It was analyzed using descriptive and correlational statistics. The mean age of our subjects was 57.4 years. They were equally mixed by gender, with 50.8% being female. 80% were Caucasian, 66% were married, 52.3% had a college degree. For self-rated health, 8% rated their health as excellent or very good, 35% rated their health as fair, 35% rated their health as good, and 15% rated their health as poor. The mean number of medical conditions was 2.06. For our results, we created two groups based on the number of hours our subjects listened to music. Less than or equal to 3 hours were not music lovers, and greater than 3 hours were music lovers. We found that 30.6% of our patients were music lovers and 69.4% were not music lovers. Based on our results, we found out that music lovers were more likely to listen to more types of music, have more years of formal training as a child, have greater exposure by listening to music in more situations for longer periods of time. Being a music lover was also associated with how much money spent on music and younger age. Greater exposure to music in different environments or activities was associated with younger age and being female. Subjects who reported themselves to be music lovers had lower rated self-health status. Other subject demographics, music exposure history, and medical background were not associated with being a music lover. Limitations to our study was that it was a single center. Our data will need to be confirmed in a multi-site sample. Also, it was a small sample group and will continue data collection. In this sample of medically treated hospitalized patients, only 30.6% met criteria for being a music lover. More hours of exposure to music was associated with formal music training as a child, more eclectic music tastes, greater exposure to listening to music in different environments and for longer periods of time. Music lovers had lower self-ratings of health. When conducting research that uses music as an intervention, it might be important to assess subjects for music affinity before enrolling them in a trial. Further research is needed to learn more about the relationship between music affinity and lower self-rated health. More research and a larger sample of subjects is needed. I'd like to thank Rosemary M. Field, Nancy M. Albert, and the Office of Civic Education Initiatives, Rosalind Strickland and Nedra Starling. Thank you.